Have you ever had to prepare a dessert, but you aren't the best when it comes to baking? Maybe you had a special event or a family cookout planned and you were in charge of dessert that day. Baking a cake can be easy and simple while still being special and delicious by switching up a few common ingredients. I personally love baking, and this is a great recipe for all bakers, even those who are just beginners. In this speech, I will tell you everything you will need to make the cake, as well as how to bake it and frost it. The first step in any cake or dessert is to gather the ingredients. Start with a boxed cake mix. Anyone will do, but I personally like the Duncan Hines white cake mix. In addition to that, you will need 3 large eggs, 1 cup of water, and 1 cup of melted butter. Generally, cake mixes call for vegetable oil like this, but Rachel Ray on her TV show in 2014 said that adding butter is a great way to add richness and a depth of flavor that most box cake mixes lack. Make sure to use unsalted butter though, because regular butter has too much salt and will make your cake too salty. The last ingredient you will need is a frosting of your choice. Any canned frosting will do, and my favorite flavor is strawberry, which goes great with white cake. After gathering all the ingredients, the next step is to bake the cake. Combining the ingredients and baking the cake is easy and simple. First, preheat your oven to 325 degrees. Next, you want to melt your butter. It's just 2 sticks of butter, which will be 1 cup, and just place it in a microwave-safe bowl for about 30 seconds until it is melted. Then add the butter, cake, eggs, and water into a large bowl and mix well. You want to make sure there are no lumps remaining in the batter. Next, spray your pan with a non-stick cooking spray so your cakes will come out easily and not stick. The last thing you want is to go through all this work and have you not be able to get your cakes out of the pan. I use two 9-inch round pans for my cakes, but you can use any one that your box recommends. The last step is to pour the batter evenly between the 2 pans and bake for around 25 minutes. You know what will be done when a toothpick can be inserted and cleanly removed. The bake time for 25 minutes is specifically for the 2 round cakes, so the bake time will be adjusted if you use different pans. After baking, there is only one more step. The last thing to do is frost the cake. First, let the cake rest until it is cool to the touch. If you frost too early and it is still warm, it will melt and slide off the sides of the cake. To frost the cake, apply a thin layer to the top of one of the rounds. You may need to trim some of the top of the cake off in order to make a flat surface. You want the cake to be flat so it doesn't lean to one side or the other. After you have frosted the first layer, add the second layer on top. That layer does not need to be trimmed at all. Next, spread the frosting on top of the second layer and then down the sides. Make sure it's a thin, even layer. Baking a delicious cake is that easy and simple. Just gather the ingredients, mix, bake, and frost. And remember, anyone can bake a cake regardless of skill level.